So in our last video, we have seen two methods of backup of DynamoDB tables. So one was PITR and another was on demand. And in this video, we will see how to use S3 buckets along with DynamoDB to import or export the data. And it is very versatile method, and we will see how it works. So in this video, we will see how to export our table data to S3, then see the file format and what is stored in S3. So we will see in exactly what are the files, what is the data in S3 when we export it. Show import from S3. So whenever we exported our data to S3, we can import same data for creating new table in DynamoDB. So it acts as a backup equivalent to on-demand backup. And we will see how to use our CSV file or Excel file. Excel file is basically converted into CSV before it is loaded to S3. And from that CSV file in S3, we can create a database table. So just go for demo. So in this demo, we will see how to export our DynamoDB table to S3 bucket. So these are our tables. This is from restore and this is restore from backup. So just ignore these two tables. These are same. And let us see this table. So explore table items. I will show the items. There are just 3 items. I'm showing it to, then we will ensure after export and import that the items remain same. So we will go to tables, select this books table, and from actions, there is a option of export to S3. And in S3, we browse for our S3 buckets. I have created one bucket. The bucket name should be unique everywhere. So you have to add some random number after your bucket name to make it unique, and choose this bucket in the same account and export. So this is very simple and straightforward process. Now it is exporting and it takes time to export. So I will pause and come back once the export is done. So our DynamoDB table is now exported and the export is complete. Now we will go to S3 bucket. This is our bucket under which we have exported our table. So it created a folder inside that bucket, and these are the files. So out of these files, I will just make it a little bigger. Okay. So out of these files, started doesn't contain anything, that is 0 bytes. So started is displayed once the process starts, but it doesn't do anything. Then data is our main data. It is in JSON or IN format. And these files like manifest file, manifest summary, and its MD5, that is checksum, these are not used. So when we restore or import this data from S3 to DynamoDB, we use only data folder. So when we want to create a new table from our data in S3 bucket, we use this export to S3 and import from S3. These are the links where we use import, that is import from S3. There are no tables currently imported from S3, so import from S3. And then you have to enter all the details. So in details, we will browse S3 and select the bucket. So choose. So when we browse it, basically we have to drill down a little bit and go to this only data. Okay. So choose this data folder. It is from same AWS account, and we have to see whether it is compressed or not. So if we go to S3 bucket and see data, so these are GZ, that is all compressed files. So what we do is gzip, that is compressed, and import file format is DynamoDB, JSON. So next, enter a table name. So we will enter books import from S3. So we had to provide the partition key and sort key if we have used before, and I will use same thing, customize settings, on demand, no indexes, and so it gives summary and import. So now it is importing, and if it goes to some errors, it will create a log in CloudWatch. So it is much better. So okay, so there are some error, it failed. So we can go to CloudWatch and see what happened. Okay, so the import failed because the user was not authorized. So I corrected that error. I increased the permission of that users. Now we will try again. So import from S3. Uh, so browse S3 bucket. Drill down to data. So select this data. Choose. It is a gzip, that is compressed file. And next, so we have to enter a table name, books import from S3. It is ID as a number and title as a string. So next it gives all summary and import. Now it is importing, and I will show you once import is complete. So meanwhile, I will show you the format of files in S3 when we export DynamoDB table to S3. So it contains manifest files. So this is how manifest file looks like. This is another manifest file, and this is a data file. So this is a JSON format, and this is how data is stored in S3 buckets under data folder, and we have to use that data folder to import from S3. So import from S3 is complete. Now we have this table, which is new table. Though it is a copy of original table, it is totally new table, and it has no relation with our original table once it is created. So we can see the table items, and it is same. So whatever we have exported to S3, we can import same thing from S3. And I got error again when I was importing, and I can show you in in CloudWatch. So these are log groups. So it when we are importing, it creates a log group under CloudWatch, and for error it can show. So it shows. I will show you. One or more parameter values were invalid. Type mismatch for key ID expected in actual S. So I basically entered wrong type of keys, and so we can correct, and something goes wrong, we can go to CloudWatch and see what is going wrong. We have seen how to export. We have seen file formats when it is stored in S3. We have seen how to import from S3. Now I will show you one more thing, how to use CSV file in bucket, S3 bucket, and import it as a DynamoDB table. So this is a Excel sheet, and I have saved it as a CSV file. And so I have this header, ID, name, and score. ID is our primary key or partition key, and I have not put any score, so it is a null, and we will see what happens to null when we import this CSV file as a DynamoDB table. So in same DynamoDB, same bucket of S3, I have uploaded names.csv file, and now I will use this CSV file to create a table in DynamoDB. So going to DynamoDB, import from S3, and browse S3. So in this, I'm choosing this CSV file, choose, and this is CSV. It asks us whether the header has a line for, so this is a line which is separate for our header. So yes, use the first line as a header line, and delimiter is comma. Enter the table name. So import from CSV. Then enter the partition key name. It is ID and the type is number. So this is ID. Okay. We will not use sort key, so it is optional. Customize setting, on demand, no secondary indexes here, and go to next. It shows all summary and import. So this is a new thing which has been incorporated by AWS in DynamoDB, where we can import CSV file or JSON or any ion file from bucket to DynamoDB table. So importing process is going on. I will pause and show once import is complete. So our import from CSV is complete. We can see this table. So explore table items, and so same thing is here. And we have kept this scores blank for two entries or two rows. And we can see it is empty and it has no problem with it. So it proves that we can import CSV file from S3 bucket and create a DynamoDB table from this. This ability of S3 bucket to hold any type of table from any source like other databases or AMR or ETL pipeline or CSV files, anything, and it can create a DynamoDB table. So this is very versatile, and so you can use MySQL, use some script to convert into JSON, store into S3 and create a DynamoDB table from this. So this is very versatile thing. And if you have liked this, just subscribe, and thank you for your support. Just share it, like it, subscribe it, so that it gives me some more input. And if you want to have any specific videos, just add into comments. Thank you.